Oh my God, what's happening? Thought I was fine. I told you I don't need your love like 3,000-4,000 times, but that's a lie. No, I can't look you in the eye. Oh, I. So I did everything to push you all away, and finally you left, and now I'm missing you like crazy, and I cry. No, I can't sleep alone at night. Oh, I. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I got everything I wanted, but you're everything I want. Look what you've done to me. Didn't know I was alone till I was running to your heart like magnets. Oh my God, what's happening? Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I got everything I wanted, but you're everything I need. I wanna tell you things and show you all the rest. Broadcast my emotions on the radio and take them off my chest. I hope you're listening. Are you? Are you? I'm spinning round in circles, writing in my journal about you. Wonder if it's over. I ain't getting closer. Think it's time I told you the truth. Hey, wait a minute.
And
Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I got everything I wanted, but you're everything I want. Look what you've done to me. Didn't know I was alone till I was running to your heart like magnets. Oh my God, what's happening? Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I got everything I wanted, but you're everything I need.
What have you done to me? Something about your face. I don't know whether to kiss it or punch it. If you don't get away from me right now, I swear to God, I swear!
Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I got everything I wanted, but you're everything I want. Look what you've done to me. Didn't know I was alone till I was running to your heart like magnets. Oh my God, what's happening? Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. I got everything I wanted, but you're everything I need.
Reich started with plants, noting that they grew much faster. Then he introduced patients, who would sit inside for 20 to 30 minutes, while ambient orgone energy was assimilated through the skin and lungs. Reich observed, under a microscope, that red blood cells would begin to emit a blue glow at their fringe. The result was remarkable. Patients reported a warmth, relaxation, and sometimes a prickliness. The skin would flush and sweat with the feel of a soft glow. Reich noted that a multitude of illnesses healed more quickly or were even healed entirely as a result of time spent in the accumulator. These conditions included digestive issues, injuries, bug stings, burns, muscle or joint aches, impotence, and even more challenging conditions like cancer. Another benefit Reich noted was the change of attitude. His patients expressed more joy, happiness, and positivity following a treatment. The accumulator appeared to release stuck negative emotions and to replace them with positive ones. He did find one danger, however. Using an orgone accumulator near sources of DOR, such as nuclear power plants, radio towers, or the like, has the potential of harming anyone receiving treatment inside of it. So geographical location is an important factor to consider. But over his years of research, hundreds of people were treated for illnesses with his orgone accumulator. Overall improvement in their emotional well-being and body function was astonishingly consistent.
Can this beanie hat protect my head from harmful 4G and 5G cell phone radiation? My EMF meter is going crazy, but if I take the cell phone and place it inside the beanie hat and then take my EMF meter, place it above the beanie hat, only 1 bar. As you can see in the test, this beanie is proven to protect your head from 4G and 5G wireless radiation.
Sadly, Reich's celebration was short-lived. In the 50s, he was first singled out by the US government for being a communist. Though it was eventually determined in 1957 he was not guilty of subversive activity. Just before he was about to go public with his research and new product, however, the FDA suddenly stepped in, seizing all of his product and convicting him of fraud. Wilhelm Reich was thrown in prison, and the FDA not only confiscated his equipment, they completely destroyed it. Just days before he was up for parole from prison, Reich died of heart failure. But there was suspicion that his death may have been foul play. Though it was published Reich was a fraud, those who knew him argue otherwise. It was known, for example, that he gave public demonstrations to prove the effectiveness of his technology. And he did not request payment when treating patients in the accumulator. Many believed he was maligned not because his technology was phony, but because it was incredibly effective, and it opened doors to health that threatened the existing medical industry. Fast forward to 1986. Scientists at the University of Marburg in Germany conducted a blind study to test the credibility of the orgone accumulator, and they concluded the orgone energy accumulator device conceived by Reich may have a significant effect on the human organism. Reich had left instructions that his unpublished papers be stored and sealed away for 50 years after his death. In 2007, they were unsealed, and in 2015, Harvard University Press published that the dominant narrative of Reich as a pseudoscientist is incorrect, that his true story is much more complex and interesting. Reich's concept of life energy evolved when Russian scientist Nikolai Kozyrev proved that unseen energies are all around us. And his work led to torsion field science and quantum physics. Since then, thousands of PhD-level researchers spanning multiple generations have continued Kozyrev and Reich's pioneering work, slowly forcing mainstream Western science to finally officially recognize the concept of a universal unseen energy medium. They call dark matter vacuum flux or zero-point energy, depending on who you ask. These are all essentially describing what Reich called orgone. In recent years, the layering concept for orgone was reinvented in small resin objects which would contain both materials, organic and inorganic. It was also discovered that if you add a crystal into the resin of these devices, the stability of the quartz transmutes the negative charge into a positive one. Also, the resin shrinks during the curing process, permanently squeezing the quartz crystal inside which creates a piezoelectric effect, and this electrically polarizes the quartz, making the orgonite even more effective. It becomes a self-driven, continuously operating, highly efficient negative to positive energy transmutation factory. When orgonite is within range of any source of negative energy, emotional, physical, or chemical, it's said it will efficiently and continuously transform it into positive energy, and the harmful energy is defenseless against the effect. Now, a growing number of people are using it to combat the electromagnetic frequencies being emitted 24/7.
Do you believe somebody could be trained potentially to sense information, not by reading a book, but by touching a book? I have a crazy story to share with you. In my book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, I shared
from cell towers, cell phones, Wi-Fi, and smart grids, just to name a few. The exponential increase of EMFs are said to blanket our landscape like electromagnetic smog. This change in the biological frequency of the Earth over the last 20 years is said to affect us all on a cellular level, though we may not be aware of the additional stress until we're far away from it and surrounded only by Mother Earth and orgone. There's even an internet-led movement called the Orgonite Gifting Movement, where people bury orgonite devices near cell phone towers to mitigate harmful effects. Orgonite devices are most frequently used for the effects of electronic pollution, stress, depression, headache, insomnia, and brain fog. Like the accumulator, they are said to turn negative energy into positive energy, to purify the atmosphere, to detoxify water, to help plants grow better, repel pests, to disarm and repel predators, and to inspire a pleasant demeanor and a balanced, happier mood, to remedy insomnia and nightmares, and best of all, to awaken your innate psychic senses. We can't tell you for sure whether or not orgone therapy or orgonite are effective. Because energy medicine is not clearly measurable, most doctors dismiss it as hogwash. But it's clear, as long as you're away from negative energy sources, there is certainly no harm done in trying them out. Skeptics may say these stories are just the result of the placebo effect. Others may see orgone as the thread of connection